All right, there we go, 9. I'm gonna take the penguin.
Ooh.
Brian Baker has the perfect job. His work is play.
Yeah, for 280. We produce board games. We've been doing it in some shape or form for over 165 years. I grew up with all of this.
Baker is the Senior VP of Board Games at Hasbro in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Here, even staff meetings are fun and games.
If you were on a desert island with 3 of your friends, what game would you take?
It's gotta be Monopoly.
Available today in 114 countries and 47 languages.
This is the Holy Grail.
This is one of the original Monopolies.
Born in the Depression almost 90 years ago, Monopoly is now the top-selling modern board game of all time. Baker says it is all in the design.
A lot of the elements of the board are timeless, they're iconic, everything from the go space to free parking.
But design isn't just about looks, it's also about action. Baker calls it replayability, the most important design element for a game's success.
One of the great things about Monopoly is that in any given game, anyone can be the winner.
Or the loser.
I had a relative who always invariably would burst into tears every time we played,
Well,
before the game was over.
Absolutely, and I think it's not uncommon for somebody to end up flipping the board over and having the tokens fly all over the place.
This is what you
in
want?
Frustration. Yes, and that's why people want to play.
It's rather sadistic, isn't it?
It could be, but we call it competition.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
We ended our visit, how else, with a relatively
card.
friendly round.
Chance card.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go to jail. Go directly to jail.
I
Do
hate
not
this
pass
game.
go, and do not collect.
I'm
net.
rolling again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
Oh, 10 again.
If you're tired of life, sick of Candyland, if you're bored with board games, you haven't been to Gen Con. Each year, as many as 30,000 gamers crawl out of their basements and converge on Indianapolis to roll, to play, even role play. Up for a game of Radis? How about Pandemic? Power Grid, anyone?
Are there rolling blackouts in this?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
If these titles are new to you, that's because they're imports from Europe. And in the age of the video game, they've reinvigorated board game sales. Settlers of Catan, with players building rival colonies on a fictional island, has sold 18 million copies.
Does anybody have a brick?
I can't bluff a computer. I can't see a computer's eyes, and I can't, it's just not the same as playing with other people.
Robert Carty directs marketing for Settlers of Catan.
From my point of view, in our world, a lot of times we've lost a lot of our social interactions. You know, we don't hang out, to use the phrase, at the corner pub with our buddies from the block anymore.
We play this game every Sunday night. Family comes over and play Ticket to Ride.
The best part about playing a board game over a video game is if, when you do win, you get to see the frustration.
Sorry, guys.
Though video games still dominate the gaming market, they're not locked in Mortal Kombat with board games. Board games have online, even iPad versions. And vice versa. Yup, Angry Birds, the flyaway hit smartphone app, is now a board game.
So video did not kill the board game star.
Indeed, it did not.
Scott Nicholson is a professor at Syracuse University and an avid board gamer.
If you actually look at the data from the last few years, that board games and a segment of the toy industry have continued to grow. Now, the size of the market is much smaller, but because they're an investment, if I have this game and in 10 years I can still play this game. We can play board games from 100 years ago. You know, we would have a hard time playing a video game that was made 15 years ago. If you went to your typical house, you know, you couldn't even figure out how to hook the thing up to the TV.
Nicholson points out that board games have been around for thousands of years.
One of my favorite games is Go, which was a Chinese board game that's been around for a very long time. But there's even games that trace back to Egypt.
Most of the classic board games today date from the early 20th century.
The interesting thing about Candyland, it was actually designed as a game during the time of polio to keep kids inside, so they wouldn't go out and spread polio or catch it from other kids. In fact, early versions of Candyland show the kids throwing off crutches and other canes and things and entering a world of candy. It was an escapism game.
Huh. Be honest, is there any classic board game that you kind of hate?
Monopoly.
Really?
Yes.
So what sets these new Euro games apart?
I'm fighting you for strawberries, and I'm going to eat my kiwi.
Because you're going to let...
And by eating your kiwi, what just happened?
First, they're uncomplicated. Piece of cake, for instance, is easy as pie to learn. The goal is simply to collect the most slices of each variety of pie.
I'm concerned about Ted getting all that kiwi.
But an emphasis on strategy instead of dumb luck.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Makes for tough deliberation.
Oh, I can't.
No, you have to make a decision eventually.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
And they're quick.
This whole game took how long to play?
I think 30 to 45 minutes with rules explanations. Once you know what you're doing, 15 to 30.
It's a short game.
Yeah.
Another hallmark, they're non-elimination games. Everyone stays in the whole time.
You want to keep everybody in the game and having fun for the whole thing.
I have to say, I'm still in the game. I'm not having fun because I'm getting trounced.
Yeah.
Beth Hiley teaches at an elementary school outside of Chicago. She says learning to be a good loser is important.
Did you guys get stuck? There are times where a kid loses and they might naturally get upset. That's fair. You know, they're kids. But we'll use that as an opportunity in here to step them through, you know, what are you feeling? Why are you feeling that way? How can you problem solve this? And that's just skills that kids should learn to really be successful at any age.
Do you not like playing board games with people for whom winning is everything?
Yeah, I'd say that's right. If someone that's really uber competitive like that the winning is the most important thing, is someone that I'm probably not going to enjoy playing a game with because they're not going to be interested in the socialization part.
I'm going to have to restrain myself.
Well, as a big fan of trivia games, I knew I'd groove on Bezer Whizzer, a faster, less random version of Trivial Pursuit.
Featured in the film of The Sound of Music, what was the last song written by Oscar Hammerstein?
Okay.
Maybe I grooved a little too much.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's Mary Poppins.
Oh, it is.
Listen, I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to be a nice guy about this. If you get this right, I'll go and pick a bouquet of these for you. Bless my homeland forever.
I don't know.
It's Edelweiss.
Oh, how could I forget?
Learning how to play well with others apparently is a lifelong lesson.
Which Old Testament prophet is also revered in Islam by the name of Musa, M-U-S-A?
Part the waters, it's Moses.
Oh, really?
Sorry, is it ugly that I'm gloating?
Yes, it really and truly is not very attractive.
David Depto trains hard to be among the world's elite in his chosen sport. And it pays. Here's David competing in Berlin for the world title in what appears to be boxing until something strange happens. The two fighters sit down to a nice game of chess.
So, David opened up with the Scandinavian defense, quite an unusual defense.
Then, after a few opening moves, the chessboard is removed, and the two beat each other's brains out. Then it's back to chess and more boxing. It's a whole new sport, chess boxing. Chess, boxing, chess boxing. David loses the title match, but not to worry. This San Francisco biotech salesman is still the #1 ranked chess boxer in the United States.
Are you the only chess boxer in America, really?
That I know of that's competed, yeah. I'm the only chess boxer, that's active right now.
chess boxing seems to actually be growing in popularity elsewhere.
There's about 50 competitive chess boxers now worldwide. You know, it's been growing over the years. They actually have a couple of gyms in Great Britain and Germany.
But here in the U.S., not so much.
Well, welcome, guys.
And David is trying to change that.
Now, the version of chess that we play in chess boxing is called speed chess. And we have a chess clock. You'll see there's a timer for each player.
He recently held the first chess boxing seminar in the United States.
Like I said, I'd like to give you a kind of a taste of what it's like. You guys, who wants to, Matt, you want to give it a shot? Anyone?
I'll give it a try.
All right, just whoever wants to, come on, let's.
There was classroom instruction, followed by a practical exercise.
2, 3, 4.
Who knows, there may be another world-class chess boxer in the group, or at least a second participant in the sport.
Good, much better. All right, go all power. Break his ribs for me. All right, time. Come on, guys, let's go to the chessboard.
I began to realize it must be pretty hard to play chess after you've been hit in the head.
Usually what we do is go back to the heavy bag and do another round. Back and forth, you know? 3 minutes of all-out fighting and then getting punched in the head a few times and then trying to go back to that really involved task with, you know, you're trying to think 3 or 4 moves ahead on the chessboard and you got plans for 5 moves down the road, you know, and it's really, really difficult.
Time! The next greatest challenge may be how David's supposed to train for a chess boxing match when he's the only chess boxer on the continent. David's friend, Matt, proficient in the martial arts, agreed to be a sparring partner in preparation for David's September 6th bout in Cologne, Germany.
Ready, go!
Matches consist of 6 4-minute rounds of chess, alternating with 5 3-minute rounds of boxing, unless a checkmate or a knockout comes first. But what's to keep a Mike Tyson from just pushing around a couple of pawns, then knocking out his opponent in the first 10 seconds of round 1? Well, chess boxers must first be highly rated as chess players, which so far as we know, Mike Tyson is not.
Time!
David, who holds a degree in mechanical engineering, hopes chess boxing will help dispel notions that all boxers are dumb and all chess players nerds.
What do you guys think? Awesome. That's amazing. You think that they're polar opposites. They're really not. Anyone who has boxed knows that boxing is a chess game in itself.
Chess boxing originators tout the sport as a kind of brains and brawn biathlon, a sport for the complete person.
Ultimate intellectual challenge of 2 men and the ultimate physical challenge of 2 men as well.
Indeed, Plato twice won a mixed boxing and wrestling event in the ancient Olympics. And David hopes to someday do the same in a mixed boxing and chess event in the modern games.
The WCBO and the founders, they'd like this to be an Olympic sport someday. They have really high hopes for it.
One day the Olympics, perhaps, but for now, you're looking at the number 2 ranked chess boxer in the entire country.
December 1st, 1948. Alfred Mosher Butts registered a copyright for a board game he had invented. His was a game of luck and skill, which he called Lexico at first, and then crisscross words. Butts' gimmick was that he assigned number values to the letters, built on a cryptographic analysis of the English language. The more frequent a letter, the lower its value. He tried for years to get game makers interested, and none of them thought it would sell. So Butts and an entrepreneur named James Bruno started their own company and changed the name of the game to Scrabble. A real word, by the way, meaning to grope frantically. In the first year, they made 2,400 Scrabble sets and lost $400. It wasn't until the early 50s that the president of Macy's discovered Scrabble and ordered some games for his store. And after that, it took off. Alfred Mosher Butts became a rich man and enjoyed playing the game until his death in 1993 at the age of 93.
Basketball's March Madness may be coming to an end, but another sport's top players have gathered to battle it out in their tournament.
My name is Roberta Cohen, and I'm from Porter Ranch, California.
Marilyn Fishman from Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
My name is Artie Harris, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Arlene Steinberg from San Francisco, California. Go Giants!
It's Mah-Jongg Madness. Yes, Mah-Jongg Madness.
Frog time.
Are you mad about it?
Absolutely crazy. And look at everybody. Look at all these people in here. Just listen. The noise. They feel good. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it that's sort of sexy.
Are we ready?
Gladys Grad is known as the Grandmaster of Mah-Jongg.
This is the most wonderful game in everdom.
She and her husband Phil organize major tournaments like this one in Las Vegas.
You may begin. Good luck, everybody. Yay!
One dot.
East.
4 crack.
Right now, many of you out there may be asking, just what the heck is Mah-Jongg?
2 crack.
It's an inscrutable game. It's played with tiles decorated in characters and symbols that originated in China sometime between 500 BC and 1875 AD, a rather imprecise estimate. The game then migrated halfway around the world, for some reason, to the Jewish neighborhoods of New York.
After the fad of the 20s, when it was on the cover of the Saturday Evening Post in 1924, it just was pervasive in pop culture.
Marvin Pinkert is director of the Jewish Museum of Maryland, now hosting a traveling Mah-Jongg exhibit.
For non-Mah-Jongg players, I think that there's still a stereotype out there that it's your mother's game, but I think that that may be changing too.
Changing slowly.
9 p.m.
At the Las Vegas tournament, there were a few younger players, and even a few men.
6 dots.
Fanatics all.
How long have you been playing?
63 years.
Another round of fun.
4 bam.
3 crack.
Have I mentioned it's a complex game?
They say that this is like gin rummy, but it looks a whole lot more complicated than that.
It's just like a card game. You're going to put together sets of numbers, runs of numbers. That's the easy part.
3 crack.
The next thing is it has many more suits than gin rummy and lots of little rules. The different tiles we have, there's a bamboo or bam, there's the dots. This is a crack.
There are cracks, bams, and dots. Not to mention winds, flowers, and dragons.
Mah-Jongg!
Oh, we have a winner.
It's difficult for the players to explain, no matter how hard they try.
I needed a pair, and you can't use a joker on a pair.
Of
or
course
on a
not.
single.
I would never think of doing that.
For 2 days, the play was fast and furious.
So if you need them to powder your tiles, you raise your hand and do the universal, I need a powder boy.
So fast it can turn your tiles sticky. Nothing can stop them.
Endurance when you play all day?
Yeah, we tell you don't take your diuretics.
Right, first line of the day.
Oh, good!
They look like such sweet ladies,
Oh, come on.
but they're ferocious competitors.
Is it?
These are people sometimes who have spent lifetimes together. They've raised their kids together. But when they sit down at that table and their knees go under the table, there's no friends in Mah-Jongg.
Is that right?
6 crack. Posh.
Mah-Jongg fanatics always want more. So Gladys and her husband also organized Mah-Jongg cruises.
Do the people on the cruises ever look out the window and see what they're passing? Or
I have people who stay on that boat. If it's a 7-night cruise, they don't leave the boat.
We're going on this trip to China.
There are even exotic Mah-Jongg tours.
To do what?
Play Mah-Jongg.
10 points.
Mah-Jongg is always exciting.
Please come on down.
But in the end, most excited of all was Helena Feldman.
710 points.
Who won the tournament and a check for $1,500.
And
I'm just in total shock. Total shock.
This tournament may be over, but Mah-Jongg madness rages on.
The pandemic reduced most professional sports to shadows of their former selves. But it's done wonders for one game, maybe the last one you'd ever guess. It's chess.
A boom is taking place in chess like we have never seen, maybe since the Bobby Fischer days. And it's happening all because the pandemic has driven people indoors, and they're looking for something incredible, constructive, educational to do.
Maurice Ashley is a chess grandmaster and a commentator for chess championships.
People have this misconception that it's slow, it takes a long time, it's boring. Why would you want to watch grass grow?
Yeah.
But chess is not like that. Well, not all the time like that anyway.
I'm about to wrap him up.
No time soon. Forget about that dream.
It's definitely not like that in New York City's Washington Square Park, where you can play a pickup game for $5.
Lights out.
With old-timers like David Solomon Reed.
Your move.
He's been playing here for 40 years.
When you guys go back and do the editing, I want the heading to be, I am the last lion of Washington Square Park. The last.
If there's a boom in chess, they're not seeing it here. The players just aren't getting the same traffic they once did.
A good $400 or $500 before the pandemic. Now it's like slow because a lot of tourists are not allowed to come here as far as the flights coming in and out.
So now it's down to what on a good day?
Oh God, I think I squeezed $200, $150, $200 one day.
So where's the boom? You probably saw this coming. It's online. By June 2020, the number of people joining chess.com had tripled from the previous year. The signups grew by 1 million people a month.
I couldn't really see my friends as much, so I was kind of looking for that competitive vice to continue in my life, and I found that through chess.
One of the new members was graduate student Richard Hamilton.
The idea is you're playing total strangers?
Yeah, you're playing with, it's kind of cool, because sometimes it's like Iran or Albania, some countries that the average American maybe couldn't even point out on a map.
But the chess explosion isn't just people playing.
Oh my God, it's the most beautiful maid I've ever seen.
It's also people watching.
Oh my God! Oh, here comes the owl.
Chess has been around for over 1,000 years, and people are just starting to watch at explosive rates now.
As a teenager, Alexandra Botez won 6 national titles in both Canada and the US. Today, at 25, she makes a 6-figure income playing chess live on Twitch, a website where you watch entertaining gamers play video games.
And G3.
But in the pandemic, chess is one of Twitch's fastest growing spectator sports.
Oh my God, stalemate!
It's very high energy, you're yelling when you lose a piece, you're excited when you win. Sometimes people will put bets on the line, and it's much more interactive, and you feel like you're actually watching a kind of sport.
At one point, you actually threatened to shave your eyebrows?
Yeah.
I need to get 2,300 because this ain't gonna be a good look.
And I said that if I don't reach a certain rating goal in a 1-month period, I would shave off my eyebrows. It was very motivating.
She got to keep her eyebrows.
Welcome, everybody. I hope we're all ready to behave because we got CBS Sunday Morning filming things today.
And along the way, she's amassed a huge following of fans. About 200,000 people a day log on to watch her play chess.
Thank you so much, Del, for the 5 months. I appreciate it.
And a lot of them pay $5 a month to support her channel. Becoming an online chess star requires more than good chess chops. You have to multitask like crazy.
You start crying like a little baby.
You trash talk, you joke, for 6 to 8 hours at a time.
It's not traditional chess. The ones who are the best are also incredible at chess and also incredible at entertaining.
On one hand, Maurice Ashley can't wait for the return of chess tournaments played in person.
Chess players want to sit across the board. They want to see the player they're playing. They want to shake hands. They want to go after the game and hang out and talk about what fun that was, maybe go over the game where they made mistakes, and then maybe go have a brewski.
But overall, he's thrilled to see how the internet has brought this ancient game to millions of new fans.
So this is not a pandemic bubble that's going to pop?
Oh, no. Pandemic bubble for chess? Not at all. This is a pandemic rocket ship that has taken the game to new levels.
For the last 75 years, generations have taken turns weaving through a rainbow road surrounded by all things candy. Playing Candyland is a stroll or a leap down memory lane.
So most families have one Candyland, and how many do you have?
We have about 9 different versions of the game here.
Kindergarten teacher Tiffany Fox of Gallion, Ohio, has quite a sweet tooth for the game.
What are the most iconic characters in Candyland?
So one of the most iconic characters is Queen Frostine, Princess Lolly, King Candy. Galoppy was a fun one. He started as Molasses, and then they kind of just kicked him out of the game. All right, your turn.
Aside from its characters, Fox says the game offers life lessons.
Patience, winning, losing, taking turns, learning your colors. This is one of the first games that kids pick up, so they need to learn all of those skills to be able to play bigger games later in their life.
Why do you think the game still hits a sweet spot?
It comes down to candy. Who doesn't love candy? When have you ever offered somebody a piece of candy and they said, no, thank you? You get to reach in and choose a piece of candy.
Brian Baker also grew up with the game. Today, he's Senior Vice President of Board Games for Hasbro in Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
To date, we have sold over 75 million copies of Candyland.
And after 2 years of research and development,
this one.
Oh, you like Lord Licorice?
Orange.
A new 75th anniversary edition of Candyland is coming out this Tuesday.
So your goal is to beat the Gummy Bear Twins to the castle before they mix all the sweet and sour candies up.
Wait, suddenly strategy is a part of Candyland?
That's been one of the insights that we got from parents.
With surprises for some loyal fans.
1, 2, give 5. Good job.
What's been a sweet success for Hasbro was first Milton Bradley's bestseller when the game came out in 1949.
What do you think would surprise people the most to learn about Candyland?
I keep going back to the origin story.
Take a good look at the original, because this world of candy...
It was called infantile paralysis, but it struck at victims of all ages.
...was inspired by children who really yearned for escape.
Candyland was invented by a woman named Eleanor Abbott, and she was recovering from polio herself, and saw all these children. They were in iron lungs.
She didn't just invent a game, she alleviated children's suffering. And this has to be Eleanor, based on her yearbook photo.
Authors Sandra Miller and Margaret Muirhead in Arlington, Massachusetts, have been unwrapping Eleanor Abbott's life for a future children's book.
And the object of the game, which is to get home, takes on really special significance when you think about these patients who are isolated from their families for really long periods of time.
They want to give credit to an inventor long overlooked.
She hit on a very simple truth, and it's that children love candy. They love envisioning the dreamscape of a candy world. And that is her legacy, is that she created this enduring game.
So keep on playing those